So just before this slight disruption happened, I was telling everyone that the format for today is that we're going to start with a brief presentation in which I'm going to talk about the relaunch modalities and why we feel that this relaunch has actually positioned us in a much stronger position than we were before. And then obviously we're going to do those Harley draws. My friend Anam is going to do that for us. Right after that, we're going to go into the AMA where we can take all the questions, and the other team members will also add their 2 cents into what has been discussed within the presentation. So I hope you guys are all ready. And so how many people do we have right now?
Would have to calculate it. We'll get back to you.
Okay.
Just under 60.
Okay. So we start. I just need the green light from you and Sonic, and I need the green light on the fact that it's being recorded, and we start.
Yep, you can go ahead.
All right. Thank you guys for attending. This is going to be a really good AMA. We're basically going to be talking about various things. The most important is the relaunch and the details upon that. Part of which we are going to ask the community for a decision upon a certain thing. So you guys will stay tuned, and we have so much to come in this following 30 minutes to an hour of an AMA. It's going to be great. I'll let UM take it away. We can finally call him UM. If you guys have seen that Doxxed video, it was phenomenal. It looked like a TED Talk. So if you guys aren't even more bullish on this project, go watch that video, go see his LinkedIn, go see his credentials, and you'll see why one man alone, and it's not just one man alone, it's all of us, but why just having him here is like having the forbidden diamond or something. We have him at our disposal. He's definitely one of the greatest assets you can have, especially in our possession in our project like this. So I'll let him take it away. Let's begin this AMA.
Thank you for that. I'm actually blushing after hearing that, but yeah, let's move on to the real deal, which is the business part of things. And I'm really hopeful that after today's presentation, whoever is a strong believer in this project is going to become a much bigger believer, because I'm actually going to explain where we stand on everything. And I keep saying this, and I truly believe that second opportunities are only given to people who deserve them. And this project deserved the second opportunity, and this second opportunity is rare. It's phenomenal. It is an outstanding opportunity that we have here, and it is here because we deserved it. We had the right intentions, we had the right team, the community that believes in us, the community that believes in me personally, and all of this has led to this exceptional second opportunity coming in our hand. And we can actually, right now we are in a position to just take off. I don't like to use these terms which are commonly used within the Binance Smart Chain space, which are like things like when moon, and when are we going to launch, and when are we going to reach the moon, and when are we going to take off, and stuff like that. But to be honest, this probably is the only time that I would say that we are ready to moon. And after the presentation, you would actually understand why I'm saying so. All right. So why is the relaunch so exceptional? There are 5 or 6 important things that you guys need to understand. A, we have an enhanced smart contract, which positions us in, which keeps us in a spot where we know that we will be positively audited by some of the best auditors there, which positions us so well. This allows us to create a serious interest from some of the biggest investors out there. So there are 2 kinds of investors that are currently within the Binance Smart Chain. There are investors who just come and go. They're like floating birds. They just look for a project. They look for quick profits, and then they leave. Whereas there are some serious investors who look at white papers, who look at the smart contract, who look at the overall tokenomics, who look at the use case. And for them, it is very, very important that the project is audited by the best audit firms out there. And in order to get that, this was actually a brilliant opportunity for us to identify the loopholes within our smart contract and fix them, and make it much more foolproof, which is what we've done. The second thing that has happened is that we've been able to redistribute our pricing structure. We've been able to reprice our entire model in a way that it's just become so phenomenal. And I'm going to explain that to you, how the repricing has actually positioned us for 1000x or a 10,000x growth, whereas the previous pricing model was going to, deter our growth beyond a certain level. So that's something exceptional that has happened, the entire repricing. I'm so delighted with this community, the way everyone has reacted. The options that were given to the holders from round A and B. You guys should know that out out of more than 150 people, there are only 3 people who asked for a refund. Everyone else accepted the new pricing. Everyone else believes in this project so much that they actually accepted a price break, which was almost 1/8 of what they had. But everyone went for it, other than 3 people. And even those 3 people, they had positive comments about the project. It's just that they said we needed the money for something else. So imagine, guys, we're sitting on gold right now. We have such a strong community. Which community is going to understand the legitimacy of a problem, the problem that we faced? And these people actually agreed to reprice just because they want the project to succeed. So, honestly, I salute all of these people. I salute all of these people who's agreed to the repricing because they believe in the project. They trust me. They trust the vision. They trust the use case, and they believe that this is going to be something huge, which is why they have sacrificed and they have agreed to the repricing structure. And honestly, all of us should salute them. We should salute every stakeholder within this organization that we're creating who came in early, who were at huge profits, and they agreed to reduce their profits. We should salute every stakeholder who got in late, who got in at a market cap of $38 million or $40 million. And instead of, right now they're at a loss, but instead of complaining, they are supporting us. There are so many people who are sending us messages. There are so many people who DM me every day. They tell me that they're already at, they on their initial, they're down so much that they're down 80% of their investment, but still they believe in the project. They're bullish about the project. They want to hold this for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years. That's the kind of messages we've been receiving. So honestly, on both sides of the table, we have such a solid, strong community right now. This is an exceptional community that we have created. And this repricing that we've done is going to position us so well in order to just reload and just fly to the next level. And I'm going to talk about how the repricing has actually impacted the current token holding and the holding structure within this entire landscape. The best thing for me that has happened, if you ask me, is that we're mostly left with the believers. So that's so rare, right? So 99% of the people who are now into our project are current holders. 99% of them are believers. They understand the vision, they understand the use case, they understand what's happening, and they are here for the long run. And that is the kind of project that creates history. That is the kind of project that creates history, that goes to levels which have never been achieved before, where the investors are there for the long run, when the investors are believers. And I really, really, truly understand. And I have this positive feeling that we have established that community of believers, which is going to make it happen for us. We are much better positioned in terms of the structuring that we've done, the team structure that we've created, the legal entities that we've set up. I'm going to talk about that also in detail. So overall, I feel we're in such a good position on so many things, and I'll talk about some of the essentials for you to understand as well. So in terms of the productions, you guys know that our first M original has already started. So later this week, by this weekend, we will actually have a full view on the people who are involved within the project, including the cast and everything, including some of the celebrity appearances, some of the exceptional appearances that we are looking at. I must tell you that the production house that we have sourced this project to are actually very, very bullish. on the fact that some really huge names are going to be part of this documentary. I would not like to reveal those names right now, but trust me, these are names that if they're able to book them, and they're pretty bullish on that. So if we're able to lock that by the weekend, the talk of the town will be El Salvador versus World Bank, and the talk of the town will be MContent. So that's the kind of bullish news that we're getting along with the launch this weekend. The second thing that has happened exceptionally for us is obviously because we signed up on BKEX, we paid the entire sign-up fees to them. So now they're just waiting for our signal. The moment the new contract is audited, and we align the technical modalities with them. So we're basically looking at going live on BKEX precisely on the same day as we go live on PancakeSwap on our relaunch, which again is exceptional. There are very few tokens that actually go live onto an exchange on day one of their launch, and that's what's going to happen. So this has actually positioned us in a very good spot as far as the exchange listing is concerned. I must also tell you that
I don't mean to cut you off, but can somebody else stream his stream so that more people can view it?
Yeah. Maybe you can also do it. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, we got 2 streams going. Sorry to cut you off. All right.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so basically, we are now in a position that we have one exchange ready to go live. We have another exchange that we are talking to right now, and again, that's a surprise. I will leave it as a surprise for you guys. But just for you guys to understand, that exchange is huge, and we are planning to take that exchange live within the first week of the relaunch. So right after BKEX, even before you would have been able to blink your eyes, you will get another huge news regarding another exchange that we're going to. And trust me, that is an exchange that every token cannot get on, because most of the tokens do not really legally exist. Most of these, even these huge tokens, the ones that are doing really well right now within the Binance Smart Chain space, some of them do not exist legally, so they cannot go on this particular exchange that I'm talking about. Whereas we are talking to them, we're in an advanced discussion with them, and hopefully I'll give you the news as soon as it is completed. So yes, in terms of exchanges, we are positioned much better. CoinGecko, you guys know we're already listed. We just need to apply for the revisions and send them the new details of the contract so that everything can be adjusted, and the new smart contract and the new address is incorporated, and we'll be live on CoinGecko as well again. That's again something that's going to synergize with our launch. More importantly, and most importantly, our MContent app. I'm just giving you some nice sneak peeks into the app, which we are launching on Friday. We are well positioned to launch this beautiful app on Friday, and the app is going to feature applicants from around the world. We already have a few shortlisted applicants that we will put in there manually. The right way of doing it, obviously, is for the content creator to download the app and create an account for themselves and then upload their application. But just for us to be able to showcase this correctly to the early investors and the initial downloaders, we need to make sure that there are some applicants that are already in there. So that's what we're doing. But yes, you guys will love this app, and it will be available on both iOS and Google Play on Friday. We're starting the MC Global Reality Show. The full promo of that is incoming. We'll be getting the full promo by this weekend. Again, something that ties in really well with our launch. What you saw, where you saw me standing when I doxed myself, was actually the virtual set of MCs. And this show is going to set us apart from anything else that has ever been done within the blockchain, because we're actually creating a global level reality show. Consider this as the Shark Tank for content creators, and this is not happening in one country of the world. This is going to happen in 4 regions, and this show is actually going to be moving around 4 regions to start with, and then expanding on to other countries, other regions as well. And we will have some of the top mentors, some of the top established content creators out there, which will be part of these shows as the judges and mentors, whereas we will have like a huge talent pool that will be shortlisted from every country where we go, where these people will actually be coming in and presenting their cases for their content pieces and their applications, and the judges are going to give their scoring, and based on that, there are live funds that are going to be allocated within these shows. the ideal model that we intend to do actually going forward in terms of giving away the content creator fund, seed funding our applicants, is actually by involving the community. And right now we are working on a model which is going to ensure that going forward, all disbursements are actually done through the community. The community is actually involved within the selection process. We are trying to inculcate the entire seed funding process into the AMAs. So going forward, 2 weeks from now, what I see is our AMAs are not going to be about the green charts and the red charts. Our AMAs are actually going to be about these shortlisted candidates coming to us and presenting their stories to us, and then us deciding who gets the funds. That's the kind of structure that we are going towards. But in the start of it, we need this reality show. We need these 16 episodes, 4 episodes in 4 different regions, just to give us that hype, just for that brand building. Consider this as a marketing campaign for MCs and MContent that we're doing. But going forward, I should tell you that all of this is going to come to you. All of this is going to come to the community. The community is going to finalize who gets the funds. And that's how we are structuring this entire thing. But yes, just to make you guys more bullish about the project, you will get the promo for the reality show by this weekend, and you guys will love it. That's also, the remaining part of my video, the video that you saw. So that's why we kept it short, because the rest of it is about what the reality show is, and you guys will love it. Moving forward, some of the exceptional things that obviously have happened for us are that there's already a use case that has been tested by anyone who likes to get into these projects early on the pre-sale on DXSale. So everyone knows that last time we launched, we got filled up in 2 minutes. There is no reason why it's not going to be repeated. There is every reason why that's going to be repeated. What that does for us is that gives us a huge LP, because this time we're going for a higher collection. And as usual, we, just like we did last time as well, we don't want to retain any percentage for the establishment. We just let everything that is collected, we just let it into the LP, and that's how we do it. So this time what we're looking at is the liquidity, and you guys have read the document that was created by our team. So we're looking at a liquidity pool of more than $1.2 million, something between $1.2 million to $1.5 million, just at the time of launch, at the time of relaunch, which is going to give a lot of stability to this project, which we need. Yes, so a very strong community of 10,000 people, and I believe that mutual trust, mutual respect, and giving each other space, listening to each other's opinions, and then arguing sometimes, debating, but then having a consensus on one thing is great for the community. And I think that's what happened. I know there were some instances where there were conflicting opinions, but there is one thing that everyone within this community believes, is that this project is meant for greatness. And that is one point, one agenda that everyone agrees on, everyone is aligned on. And this trust that we have developed, this trust that you guys have developed, the trust that you've given me, I get all those messages from you. I feel so happy, to be honest. And I really believe that this trust and the strength of our community is our greatest asset. It is bigger than any exchange finance. It is bigger than any influencer that we could hire. It is even bigger than someone like Elon Musk someday talking about MContent. This trust, this unity is our biggest strength. And the moment we actually start utilizing our collective greatness, it is not some influencer, it is not a giveaway, it is not a billboard.
Founder. It seems the founder has cut out, guys. Some technical difficulties. Apologies.
Hello,
Yo.
can you guys hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you.
So where did you guys lose me? Sorry.
Um,
Which slide was it exactly?
if you can pull it back up, we'll be able to tell. I believe it was the MC slide or the one afterwards, but you're talking about the liquidity pool and
Really? Wow.
the reality show.
That's like here, this one.
Um, can you
We
go one
can't see
forward?
you. Yeah.
You guys saw
Yep,
this
we saw
one?
that.
And did you listen to what I was
Yep.
saying regarding the reality
Yep, we
show?
heard everything about the reality show.
Okay, and the
Yeah,
DXSale?
we heard about 90% of it.
Yeah, so on the DXSale, all I was saying is that there's already a use case. So people have seen how we got filled up within like 3 minutes. And I'm sure that's going to be repeated because people already understand that this project is as legit as it gets. At the time when the DXL was done last time, the founder was not doxxed, the app was not live. A lot of the stuff that has happened now, including the white paper that is coming in, so much of the marketing that we're starting, stuff like that. There's so many things that were not there before. All of it has synced in now, so I'm pretty sure that if it took like 3 minutes to fill up last time, this time it's going to happen even earlier. So that's all I said. And then I was talking about the strength of the community. I don't know if you guys heard that, but what I was basically saying is that one of our greatest assets here is that we've been able to build trust. And trust, in my opinion, is the greatest asset. And I'm really, really thankful to each of you who has sent me messages of support, trust. Even in the most difficult of situations, you guys understood that we were genuine. You guys understood that what we did was for the benefit of the project. You guys have given your commitment to us. You've always said that you trust me, you trust the project, and I think this absolute trust is our greatest asset. Our community right now of 10,000 people, it's not as big as some of the projects out there, but these 10,000 people are interconnected. They're on the same page. Even if there are slight debates at times, everyone is bullish in terms of the long-term potential of this project. Everyone is a believer in the project. And obviously, even within families, you guys know that there are always slight disputes that happen, even within a family. But that doesn't mean that we're not together. All of us are together, and all of us are in this, and all of us are going to make sure that this project gets the heights that it deserves, and this project gets the greatness that it deserves. So I'm really, really proud of the strength of our community and the trust that you guys have placed in me personally. Um, so yeah, one of the other good things that have happened in this period is the founder has been doxxed. And yeah, I am sincerely yours, and I'm into the project. Now, obviously, this project is a big part of my life, and that part of my life I am absolutely committed to, and I will make sure that up to every breath that I have, I'm going to make sure that I put those energies, I put all of my capabilities, all of my professional profile, all of my contacts, um, and all of those years of experience that I have. I don't know how many of you have actually gone and looked into my LinkedIn profile, but if you do, you will understand. So I am going to make sure that everything that I have, all the legacy behind me, I'm going to use all of that to make sure that this is the biggest project of the year. And I've been saying this from day one. I know there were some, unexpected situations that happened, which were not really perfect. But that does not mean that we're not gonna achieve our vision. We are going to achieve our vision, and you guys will support me in achieving that vision, and we will get to that together. And I'm 100% sure that we will get there. In terms of In terms of the relaunch marketing, there's a lot happening. I think my friends Frankie and Tariq can speak about this in detail as well when we go into the AMA. But just to give you a brief idea, there are more billboards that are happening. There are so many more influencers that are coming in. There's so many more AMAs that are happening. We are getting ourselves published in some of the biggest publications out there now, whether that is Yahoo Finance or some of the names. I don't know if these guys want to tell you the names or not, but I have seen the marketing plan. Now we're moving on to a proper organizational structure. I will share the org structure as well with you guys. So we're moving into a decentralized approach. Everyone has their responsibilities. We have a solid team. We have a solid team of individuals from every capacity. We have a solid marketing team, and the marketing team came up with an awesome plan for the overall marketing of the project. And what I needed to do there was only give them the funds and tell them that yes, go ahead with it. So they've already started, and their plan is exceptional. They're going to talk about it in the AMA once we move there. So I'm going to keep this one short, but yes, in terms of marketing, there's a lot happening. Our early financial achievements, everyone knows that, on the first day, the first time that we launched, on our first day, we reached the highest market cap, a peak market cap of $38 million. This time around, I can easily forecast that we are going to touch $70 million, somewhere between $60 to $70 million. And I am pretty sure that at a minimum, we will reach and sustain a level of $35 million. But we will see, as they say. But yeah, if you ask me, I'm 200% sure that these are the levels that we are going to get to now, having rectified any complications that existed within the pricing structure, or fixing any mistake that was there. Now the project is basically foolproof, and we are headed for a huge success. This is the structure that we have created now, and the structure has been rolled out within the core team. Soon you will see that this structure will also be rolled out within the community and within the moderators as well. So the best thing that has happened here is that we have tested our loyalties. There were many team members initially who were part of the project, but obviously for different reasons, they are not part of the project anymore. Some of them could not give due time. Some of them had genuine intentions, but they could not give due time to this project. Some of them obviously did not have loyalties to this project. But now, with all of this happening, the best thing that has happened is that we have a winning team. We have a team that we can count on. We have a team that we are 100% sure are going to stay loyal to the project. We have a team that have their unique capabilities, their unique leadership skills, and they have their own strengths. And we have structured each of them in their area of strength. And we are making sure that we decentralize authority. We give them delegation of power, because no huge organization can be run by one individual. And that's how I operate. I don't believe in making all the decisions myself. I believe in empowering people. So we have like a leadership layer now, which is called the core team. And that leadership layer is going to be running the operations of this huge business going forward. This is how our structure looks like right now. But yes, we will also, once we fill in the missing spots in there, as you can see, there are some positions that are to be filled. We will circulate the structure within the community. But this is a foolproof structure. This is the best structure that anyone could come up with on a blockchain project. And we have managed to complete that. We have we have people who are inspired by this project, who want to give their lives to this project. And all of these people are now part of the team, and they're working on this project 20 hours a day, and they have been empowered. Okay, so one of the best things that has happened here is the repricing. And again, I want to really thank all of those individuals who have accepted the repricing, whether it is the people who were from round A and B, whether it is the private investors who were personally in touch with me, and I made them agree on the repricing. On all of that, what we've been able to achieve basically is that, so the circulating supply that was with existing token holders for right now, we've been able to reduce that to 1.5 quadrillion without harming anyone who bought in round C, anyone who bought in DXSale, anyone who bought on PancakeSwap. So all of them have exactly the same amount of tokens, and yet we have been able to reduce 1 quadrillion from our overall circulating supply, and that 1 quadrillion has been repriced and put onto DXSale at a higher price. So what that does is that majority of our supply now is being bought under the new pricing structure, which is going to make sure that we have a floor in our price, and that's going to be the biggest strength of this project. So that's how the supply is now distributed. The burn wallet is going to have 35% as soon as the new contract is live. The content creators wallet, as ever, will have 10%. The exchange listing wallet will have 10%. The marketing mentors and celebrity sign up wallet, which are all the same wallets as before, will have 5% of the supply. The DXSale is going to take 9%. The pancake swap is going to take 9%. The fees for DX setup is going to take 2.3%. The private investors tokens, which will be locked by me directly and they will be placed on a DX locker, we will share all the visuals with you. We'll share the transactions with you of these being locked, are approximately 4.2% of the total supply, and 15% is going to be distributed to the existing holders. And that's how we reach the 100%. The deployer's wallet will be left with zero. There will be nothing left with the deployer's wallet. So this is such a solid foundation that we are coming to because of this successful repricing, and because of the fact that the community has been the community has been exceptional, because the community has accepted our recommendations. They have understood how necessary it was, and whether it is the early buyers or whether it is the private buyers, all of them have agreed to the repricing, and this is going to set the foundation for a huge relaunch, and this is what's going to make us successful. In terms of the legal setup, there are some things that you guys also need to understand, that the second company, which is the holding company that is being created in Dubai right now, we've already had an equity valuation of approximately $13 million on it. And there are some really big investors who are bullish about the overall project, and they want to invest into the holding company. Now, obviously, these are people who would not want to invest into the BVI because the BVI owns the token, and some of the serious investors, they are still not into blockchain like that. But the great thing about these two companies, the great thing about how this JV is structured, is that both these organizations will be using their synergies. Both these organizations will be using their individual strength, and both these organizations will be using, under this JV, will be using their individual strengths to bring greatness to MContent, because it is all about MContent, right? MCs on one side, which is going to be the holding company, and MContent on one side, which is the BVI, which owns the token. This partnership is designed in such a phenomenal manner that if this entire infrastructure can work the way it has been planned, then this model is sustainable forever. This is not dependent on the performance of the market, because at the end of the day here, the token is an enabler. So even if the market is going down, there is an asset that is backed, and that asset is the platform. That asset is the content that is being developed, which basically means that this will probably be the only token, even when the market is crashing, the price of this token will not be corrected. The price will not die. Because why it will not die is because people by then would have understood how the synergies between these two companies is working, and people will understand that there is an underlying asset value to their investment. And that underlying asset value is huge. So just for you guys to understand how it's happening, obviously there's a shared talent pool, and then there is a dedicated talent pool within the holding company as well. The first 55 projects, which includes the 4 originals and the 1 reality show, and 50 seed projects, are being funded by the holding company, whereas the BVI, which is MContent, is providing the content creators fund in here, which is going to be used in the future to create a lot of content for the content creators and also the M originals. So there is a partnership which results in both the organizations making a lot of money, which is like the profits are being shared 50-50. But the initial support in terms of the financials that we need is coming from the holding company and the investors within the holding company. And this is, the winning combination, because you guys need to understand that right now, although we do have money in the content creators fund, but for the first projects, we need the holding company to actually sponsor those projects. Because if we start to take out money from the content creators fund from the onset, then that is going to have a bad impact on the price. So we first want to scale this up to a level where we are at a level where we can, without any disruption to the market, we can actually create a model whereby the funding can then be taken out from the content creators wallet, and whether it is seed fund projects or whether it is M originals, they are then financed through the content creators fund. But until then, we need the support from the holding company, and that's how this JV has been structured. Okay. So you guys know about all of this. There are 5 business lines. There are 2 that we're starting with, and then in the future we're working also on our OTT, which is MBrowse. Then we have MTrade and MWork. I'm not going to repeat all of this. This also you've seen. You already know about the 4 M originals in addition to the reality show. Though one of them is already started. We are right now working on the, on rolling out the production for the other 3 projects. And yes, I think that's about the content piece. So yes, the important thing, because I would like to conclude this. I know some of you are already tired. It's been a long presentation. So right now we have like 3 options for the relaunch in terms of the date, and we do not want to take a decision ourselves. We want to involve the community in finalizing this decision because that's how we operate. So there are advantages and disadvantages on both sides. So just for you guys to know, this time around, the audit is being done by a really reliable audit firm. In time. On the white paper also there is a question mark. We will try to pull it off by Friday, but it's quite tight, to be honest, if you ask us. And even in terms of the BKEX listing, because the BKEX listing will not start, the operations of it will not start until such time that the audit is cleared, because they need the audit, right? So that means that on able to go on to BKEX if we launch on Friday. The beta mobile app will be ready on Friday. The Satoshi AMA, we want to do a Satoshi AMA again. You remember how we did it last time? It turned out really well for us. Whereas they are available on Saturday and then they are available on Tuesday as well. The marketing hype, we may not be able to pull it off. All the things that have been planned by the marketing team, they will talk about it in detail. We may not be pull all of it off by Friday. And the last is obviously the buying cycle. The buying cycle, we've done some research. We've asked a few investors who regularly invest into new projects. The feedback that we've received is that weekends are not the time where most of the investors are looking for new projects to invest in. The right time to do it is on a weekend.
Founder, you're cutting out. Founder, we can't hear you. Apologies, guys. Just a little bit of technical difficulties. I'll be back shortly.
Hey guys, sorry for that again.
Yep, no problem.
So where were we? You need to message me whenever this happens. I don't know why it's happening, by the way.
No worries. We were on the part where you're talking about the launch date.
Okay, 1 second, right? Okay. Yeah. So you can see my screen again, right? You guys can see my screen?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can.
Yep.
And has that been rebroadcasted as well?
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So right now, where we're sitting, we have 3 options for the launch, and we want the community to decide when we're going to relaunch. We have Friday 9 July, we have Saturday 10 July, and we have Tuesday 13th July, and we want to give you like an exact picture on where we stand on each of the important deliverables. And then we will go with whatever the community is going to vote for, but we want to make sure that this chart is distributed within the main chat as well, so that people are making an informed decision and not just a decision based on their feeling. So yeah, so if we launch on Friday versus if we launch on Saturday versus if we launch on Tuesday, where do we stand on each of the things? So the major stopping, the major thing that is stopping us to launch on Friday is that the audit is still not back, and the maximum it's going to take for the audit to be done is Friday. Now, obviously, we can launch without the audit as well, but since we're using a really good auditor this time, it is recommended that you do not launch until you have received a green light from them, because if for any reason they suggest any changes, then you will not be able to make those changes. So our personal thing is that Friday is definitely out of scope as far as I am concerned, because we should not risk that. However, the other things also to look at, other than the audit, obviously the audit is going to be done maximum by Friday, which means that we can announce Saturday as the launch date if we decide to do so. On the white paper, again, it's a very tough one to deliver the white paper by Friday, but for sure, the white paper is going to be ready by Saturday morning. So if we decide Saturday, that is also going to be sorted. In terms of BKEX, you guys need to understand that the BKEX operations, in terms of the entire listing process, will not start until we give them the audit report. So if the audit report comes in on Friday, and it takes almost 48 hours for the integrations and everything to happen, so if it comes on Friday, then we might miss the day 1, day 2 launch on BKEX as well. So again, that is a risk that we hold as if we decide to go on Friday. The beta app is going to be live on Friday. That's not a concern, regardless of the date we decide. The Satoshi AMA, we did it last time. It was really successful, worked for us. They're not available on Friday. They are available on Saturday, and they are available on Tuesday. In terms of the marketing hype, obviously we would have done a lot by Friday. The team can talk about it, but we still believe that if we can get a day extra, or maybe 2 to 3 days extra, that could give us more mileage going into it, and that could give us more synergies moving towards the relaunch. The buying cycle, one of the things that we have done is that we have spoken to lots of people, because last time we launched on a weekend, if you guys remember. So the feedback that we got from lots of people was that you should not launch a legit project, a good project, on a weekend, because some of the really, really good investors, the genuine investors, they are not trading on weekends. They don't like to invest into projects on weekends, because that is their personal time that they like to spend with their families, friends, or whatever they do on weekends. Some of the most exceptional launches that have happened over the past 1 month, all of them, we've done some research. The stats that we've received is that those launches have been done on weekdays, and the 2 days that have really come out are Tuesdays and Thursdays for those successful launches. So for that matter, today is a Tuesday, and you guys will see that some of the best projects that are launching this week have been planned on a Tuesday, which is today. So again, that's something that we need to look at. Now, if we go on Saturday, the issue of the audit is definitely not there. The issue of the white paper is definitely not there. The BKEX thing is also going to be sorted if we go for Saturday. The app, in any case, is going to be there. The Satoshi AMA is also available on Saturday. The marketing hype, in terms of marketing hype, we will be 90% there, but we will not be 100% there. But the buying cycle issue is the big one that we need to really decide on, because most of these people that we've spoken to, most of the people that we're taking advice from, are telling us that such a good project, launch it on a weekday, so that the real legit investors are there to invest in your project on day 1. Now that's a call that we need to take as a community. We're not going to decide ourselves. This is a democracy. We take our decisions together. We take our decisions ourselves, and we are going to run a community vote after this, but we will make sure that we also disperse the screenshot of this slide, so that everyone is making an informed decision, and not just making a decision on the fact that they want the relaunch to be done now. We need to make the right decision. We just don't want to make the hasty decision. We want to make the right decision. So we're going to do that poll within the entire group now. We'll also distribute the screen so that everyone can see and make that informed decision. And if we go on Tuesday, which is what some of the advisors are recommending, because it's a weekday and Tuesday is very bullish for the markets, we get all green checks. But again, as I said, I'm not going to make this decision for you. You guys have to make that decision. we will leave it up to you. Let's have a vote and let's decide. Let's leave all these three options in there. Let's leave this slide also in there so that people understand, and then we decide based on the community. So that is about the launch date, because people were asking what's the launch date. So we need to finalize what the launch date is, and you guys need to finalize what the launch date is. Yeah, so that's about it. That was it for the presentation today. I think it might have been insightful for you. And please accept my apologies for any technical discomfort that might have happened today because of the connection issues. But that's precisely because of the fact that, Discord and Telegram both have been banned in certain countries of the world. But what we are going to do for moving forward is obviously that we're going to move to some better mediums of communication, especially now that most of the team members are going to be doxxed after the white paper is released on Friday or Saturday. On Saturday, most probably. So once the white paper is released, you will know that there are almost 13 team members that are being doxxed. And after that, we can actually do like face-to-face AMAs. We don't even need to do these Discord AMAs. So it will be really, really exciting moving forward. I'm pretty sure about that. And yeah, I always end with this quote from, one of my favorite writers, but I won't repeat it because you already have heard it, most of you. But I think this is what's happening because we believed in our idea and because we had a genuine cause and we had the right intentions. Things are happening. Even this relaunch, it's not like something that was planned. It happened instantaneously. That was the only fair solution that we could come up with. After that, even the relaunch modalities that were designed, the way they've been done, the way everything is being synergized now, the way the community is coming together, I really, really believe that we are meant for greatness and we are going to achieve that greatness together. And that is how I would like to conclude my presentation for today. I would like to also talk about the draw that is happening. So we're going to be doing like draws for the Harley, the Harley Davidson right now. Our friend Anam is going to do them. But just for you guys to also understand is that when we announced the Harley Davidsons, we said that they are going to be given to people who hold for the first 7 days of trade. Practically speaking, those first 7 days of trade have not happened because the contract had to be, paused on the third day. So we haven't really tested those loyalties. But since we gave that commitment to the community, and just because we want to reward the people, we are doing 2 draws today. But we are not doing the third draw. And secondly, if, for instance, one of these gentlemen who win today, they get disqualified for any reason because the qualifier is for them to hold. So if they would have sold their tokens, any portion of their tokens, they get disqualified. If that happens, whatever is left out of these 3 buys is going to be passed on to day 4 of our relaunch. Why day 4? Because day 4 of our relaunch is going to be precisely day 7 of the original launch. So because the criteria always was that the winner has to hold for 7 days of trade, and those 7 days of trade are going to be completed on day 4 of relaunch. So I wish everyone the best for the draws today. Let's see what happens, and I really, really hope that both the Harleys are going away to people who have actually held on to the tokens. But in case that does not happen, then the next draws are going to happen on day 4 of the relaunch. So for example, if we decide to do the launch on Saturday, that means that on Wednesday we're going to be doing the next draws. So I hope you guys had fun today, and we are going to be moving to all the questions that you have. But before that, I will request Anand to conduct the draws. Thank you, guys, and I just now be an audience from here on.
All right, so my screen is live. I'll let a bunch of people join it. You guys can go ahead and watch that, and then Red, just give me the thumbs up that you're recording, and we'll go from there.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we had to do a little bit of legwork on this one, just because of the terms was anyone who had bought on DXSale or who bought on the first day of launch. So that's what this sheet is here. So I can't pull it from BSC scan. There's no way to sort it, and then you'd have a bunch of duplicates. or if someone bought like at one point in time, then bought another point in time, what would end up happening is they'd have multiple entries under the same one, and that's not exactly a fair stab for everyone to have the same fair chance. So this list has been pared down. So I'll just show you this list real quick, and we can provide this for you. There's the times as well, and then you have who it was the from being the contract address, and then the to all the way here. So you can see they're all individual addresses. So we went ahead and hid the top cells because those are like burn wallets, as well as the content creation wallet and some other ones. I've already done some legwork here. So we're going to start at 16 here, right there. And then as you guys can see where my cursor is all the way down at the bottom, or all right. So we go ahead and highlight that guy. And the next one, 390. All right, those are our two winners. I will go ahead and get those posted after I check them in VST scan. You guys obviously have my screen, so you guys can see that these numbers are independent and they're random. We will go ahead and get all that posted for you guys and let you know the final results following this. I'll pass back over to Founder for the Ask Me Anything portion.
Brandon, that was great. Yeah,
I just want to congratulate the winners.
yeah, congratulations to both the winners, and we we really hope and pray that you belong to regions and countries where you can actually easily buy a Harley with of MContent and do all of that marketing for us. Yeah, if you are in a region for any reason where there is no official distributor for Harley, then we will just give you the cash and we will wish you best of luck. But let's see who the winners are, and congratulations to them in advance. Now let's move on to the AMA. Red, if you can just monitor all of that.
Okay, so if we can have everyone in this voice chat to transition to the stage right above this voice chat. It's called AMA 3 p.m. EST. As you can see, people are already flocking in there. We want no one in this voice chat. So everyone, this voice chat's entirely finished. We've done the live draw. We've done the business conference. We need to move over to the stage.
Hey Sonic.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
And just testing out everyone. Mike,
Awesome. Let's can you guys hear me well with my microphone?
you sound fine.
Sweet. So yeah, that was so far it's been a good AMA. Thank you guys for attending. We're just we're gonna wait for all of the members to join the stage, and then we will begin with some questions. And yeah, congratulations to the winners.
I
We
really
told you
hope the
guys
winners
somebody would win.
really hope
Sorry?
the winners haven't sold and they actually still have been holding and can actually get these RTs.
Well, we'll find out. So I have a feeling. At least one of them will be, just because of statistics or probability. But we'll see. I hope all of them are. We'll
So-
find out.
So we have the results in, and unfortunately, both of those
Awesome.
addresses have sold. So neither of them
no.
qualify. So we will have to redo the draw 4 days after the relaunch.
Well, that's what happens. But it's okay. That
Unfortunately.
means it's an opportunity for somebody else to win. So
Yeah.
Yep. And both of those transaction hashes are inside of the mod group for you guys to verify with me.
Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that gives an opportunity to the real believers to win those. So
Absolutely.
I say that's wonderful.
Is your microphone working? Oh,
Are you looking for founder?
yeah. Is he trying to talk?
He's on mute.
Oh,
No,
he's
I'm
on
not
mute.
trying to talk. I'm giving it to you now. I think I've spoken enough for the day.
Okay, should we start taking questions?
Yeah, let's start taking some questions. Whoever has any questions, please raise your hand. I think we have 2 individuals so far. So let's bring on teacher.
Yeah, we can do about 2 questions, and maybe we can have Moon Astronaut and Tariq get into the marketing plan.
Good evening, guys,
Sure.
or afternoon.
Hey, teacher, how's it
Some
going,
people.
man?
It's pretty good. I just
Welcome
wanted
to
to
the
say
stage.
that lunch wasn't that great midway through, but just because you're in a rocky cove doesn't mean that there isn't a big, vast blue sea surrounding you. That's all I want to say.
Oh, well
Awesome.
said. Thank you for coming up and saying that.
I think basically what he's trying to say is that there is a light at the end of this tunnel, and honestly, MContent right now in the stage, the state of MContent right now is literally like a phoenix. I don't know if you guys know what a phoenix is. It's a mythical bird that basically it dies and it becomes reborn once again. So that is the example of what MContent is and what we embody here. We're coming back from the dead, and we're going to take this thing to another level. And now we have everything even more planned and more prepared. And the team is something, like I always say, the team is something money can't buy. And we got you guys covered. You guys are in great hands, and we cannot wait for this relaunch to happen. And I know you guys can't wait too, because we're going to do it right this time, and it's going to be explosive.
Yeah. Before we take the next question, do you guys want to talk about the marketing plan, Tarek and Frankie, maybe?
Sure, we can start with the marketing plan. No worries at all.
Yeah,
Frankie,
just
are
take them.
you sure?
Yeah, just take them through what we're planning.
So, guys, in terms of marketing, I think we've already started posting on our socials as well. There are 5 different parts of marketing that we already have planned, and we're definitely going to have a bigger hype than we did at the launch. One and foremost, we've been promising you more billboards. So the great news is that the second billboard is going to be up at the launch as well. And I can share the location as well. It's going to be somewhere in London. And I think we're going to be running a competition perhaps for that billboard as well. which we'll tell you more about later. We've got sponsored social media posts going up, some competitions on social media that'll be coming up at the launch as well. They're going to be on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, and Instagram. So we've covered all on the social side as well. There are a few publications which draft whose publications write-ups are almost final. I should have them sent across to different publications by tomorrow. There is something which the Moon Surfer or Frankie is managing, which is the digital crypto website banner advertising and crypto influencer partnership. So Frankie, take it away from my side for those two things, so you can let the people know a bit more about these. Hello?
Frankie, seems he may be having some minor technical difficulties. Bear with us,
Yeah,
guys.
technical issues. It's okay if that's the case. Let's take the next question. Maybe we take the next question, and
We'll take the
then
next question.
yeah, okay.
Okay, feel free to raise your hand if you guys have any questions, but for now, we'll just take up Chris Gonzalez. Yep, what's going on, man? Chris? Hello? Chris? Yep. Okay, it seems your mic isn't working. Does anyone else have any questions? Anyone else, any question at all? Feel free to raise your hand and we can bring you up. You can ask the founder, you can ask the marketers. Sure. All right. Bringing up Timmy. Okay, Timmy, you want to come up? Timmy, come to the stage. You just gotta click on accept.
Yeah, that was it. Thank you.
Yep, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I really am interested specifically on launch. I don't know when we're voting, but if I had a vote, it would be for the all green check marks. I think that's a sound approach. My question is clearly, I feel like I didn't know about this project until till launch, and so I picked up after pre-sale. To me, it seems like there was clearly something going on in pre-sale where the wrong folks got in. Besides the whole A, B, and C problem, has there been any thought or analysis on what might have gone wrong with the public pre-sale, and if there's anything to do better this next time?
Yeah, I'll take that. So there are, Timmy, thank you for your question, by the way. There are 3 or 4 things that went wrong. And we have always been transparent. We've always believed in transparency. And even, I don't know if you attended the voice when we actually decided to pause the contract and tell the community what happened. We were absolutely transparent at that time as well. So the first and foremost thing that happened was that within the private buyers, there were people who were completely new to this space because they were the ones who were brought into the Binance Smart Chain space for the first time because they believed in MContent. They were not used to being on Telegram or trading on PancakeSwap or stuff like that. And few of them were scammed. There were scammers who created their accounts using my name, my Telegram identity, and these people who were completely new into this space, the scammers actually messaged them and asked them to send their tokens to to that individual. And these people, they know me personally, and the relationship that I have with them is a relationship where they cannot say no to me, right? And how it happened was that a lot of them actually sent their tokens to those scammers. So that was really unfortunate. One of the things that happened. The second thing that happened was that the people that we believed were early buyers, which was specifically in round A and B. You will see the stats. The stats were published within the document. To be honest, our expectation was that these were the most loyal holders, which is the case for the ones that did not sell. But unfortunately, almost 75% of them just cashed out the moment they saw the good profits. They just cashed out, which was, to be honest, which was to our absolute disappointment, because we really believed that over the past 3 weeks we had explained the real potential of this project to these individuals. We had explained to them that this is not a meme coin. This is not something that is going to give you return over a day or two. This is something that is going to grow with time, and this is going to grow exponentially, because this is this is a use case that has never happened before. And this is already, within the business circle. I told you guys how the synergies are being created with the holding company and everything, and how the seed fund is actually being raised for the holding company. So this is a real legit business that people are getting a stake in, right? But unfortunately, these people probably did not understand, and they just saw those profits and they sold out. Again, that was very unfortunate, but the mistake was also on our side. It's not only their mistake. The mistake from our side was that, to be honest, we should never have given anyone that price advantage. We should have done the pricing much better. So yeah, that is it. And also, in terms of the private investors, there were a few that were trusted, and they were trusted probably, it was a wrong thing to trust them, because again, those were people, when they saw the money being, that sort of money within their wallets, they got greedy and they sold on us. So these are the three factors precisely that really contributed to whatever happened. But the best part here is, if you would have looked at the presentation where I explained the repricing distribution. So we've been able to reduce almost 1 quadrillion from the existing holders. From the hands of the existing holders, we have been able to remove 1 quadrillion, which is, in terms of the circulating supply, because 35% is already burned. So that is actually almost 20% of the circulating supply that we've taken out of the wrong hands, right? So now we're at a position that, and see, mistakes happen. There is no business in the world where there are no mistakes, but the real businesses in the world, the real successful businesses, they own up to their mistakes, and they make the corrective action before it is too late. And I believe that's what we have done. So right now we are actually positioned for a relaunch, which is going to be much bigger than the original launch, because all of those mistakes have been sorted. Our smart contract now is much better, much tighter. And yes, I actually feel that whatever happened was for the better.
So if I
hope that.
understand, I think what you're saying is that the true problem really was the large tokens given to the pre-sale A and B, and that now they're locked, that you feel confident that the public pre-sale will go without a hitch.
Yes, the pre-sale A, B, and the private sale as well, because there were some private buyers as well. I don't know if you listened to the first AMA, but in the first AMA, we explained how we needed some funding for the original projects, like the El Salvador film that we started. And for those projects, we had, done some direct investments as well through private investors who were allocated tokens. And some of them got scammed, some of them proved to be disloyal to the project. But all of that has now been fixed, and
Sure.
now
Is that something that we can validate prior to launch? Can I see a bunch of locker addresses with their funds with 6 months?
yeah. So the biggest proof is the chart that I showed you, because when the contract was paused, the 2.5 quadrillion was sitting in user wallets, right? Now the distribution that we're doing is only 1.5 quad, which means that the 1 quadrillion, which was in the wrong hands or in the hands of those pre-sale or private sale buyers, have been taken out of their hands, right? That's the biggest proof. The second proof is that, if you saw that slide, I explained that another 4.2% is going to be placed in a DX locker, and that transaction hash is going to be shared with everyone. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. That's like
I got
so
you. I see it. So then the pre-sale A, B, once we go live again, they have a chance they're in the same position, except they have less coins.
Yeah. So their price has been now set up to the same price, almost the same price as you guys. So their price has been revised, and all of the people who believed in the project, they have agreed to the repricing, which is like the best part.
Great.
So
Well, I mean, thank you. I mean, there's not a lot of projects out there that get funding from the outside that have a product ready to go, content associated with which is very rare. And so there's a lot of good things going. So I'm really hoping for the round 2 launch, and best of luck to everybody. Thank you for the consideration. Thank you.
thank you.
Amazing. So I think if no one else, I think we can go ahead and get into the marketing plan if Frankie's mic is working.
I see one hand raised. Frankie, is your mic working? Yeah, no, I think he's still stuck. Okay.
Okay.
So we have one hand raised. Let's get him in.
Okay. Come up to the stage.
Less of a question and more of a comment. I just want to say I've had a lot of, like, not a lot, but I think 3 or 4 situations where I've been in a relaunch, and I just want to kind of like give you guys my confidence. This is the first time I've seen relaunch.
Yeah, we're unable to understand what you're saying. You're cutting out.
I'm sorry.
No worries. We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't understand you. Maybe you wanna turn off your mic and then turn it back on or something.
Is that better, guys?
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to share with whoever's listening that I've been in a few relaunch situations that have not gone well. This is the first project where I have 0 turns. I am very excited about the relaunch. I love the project. I love everything that you guys are doing. You're being very transparent, and I'm just very excited.
Brilliant, Ascended. That is so good to hear. Where did he go, by the way? You kicked him off. Bring him back.
No, it seems he went to the audience himself, unfortunately. But those were very, very kind words, and I'm sure the whole team and myself as well are so glad to have believers like you, believers like yourself on board with the project.
Yeah.
It's people and minds like you that are going to take this where it needs to be.
See, guys, the thing is that if we are able to unite, and I already see us united, I already see the kind of passion that we have towards this brand, all of us. If we are united on the day of the relaunch, whatever day we decide today, all of us are going to pick that day together. But if on the day of the relaunch, we are united, we are one voice, I am telling you, the world is going to flock into our group. And if the world sees that there is a project that is being relaunched, with the founder doxed, with the app going live, with the white paper ready, with an exchange being already there, with all the marketing again happening, with new influencers coming on board, this thing is going to fly, and we are going to break that record of the 3 minute, on DXSale, where we were able to sell off in like 3 minutes. It's going to be much quicker. I can promise you that. And no one will be able to manipulate our price, because this time the best thing that has happened to us is that the supply is in the right hands and the pricing has been corrected. So this is going to be an absolutely phenomenal launch if we are together, if we give that united strength and that impression to anyone who's coming into our group today, from today until the day of the launch. If we are able to reflect that, I am telling you guys, people are going to be so inspired by this community, and they are going to want to be a part of this project. So yes, that's what I wanted to add to what you said, Benny. Let's do your question.
Just more of a comment that I needed to make. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's more of a comment that I needed to make. I've been around for a while now. Since 2000, 2010, I've been in crashes. I'm a stock guy. I bought Amazon. I'm talking about companies that are 15 years ago. So I'm a long hauler. And coming from somebody like me, it really drew my attention. This project really has drawn my attention. I'm one of the ones that stay back and look at it. And I think what I wanted to say is MContent is more like a tool. When you give people a tool to innovate, they will grasp it. They will take advantage. That's what I see with this project.
Amazing, man. Amazing. I truly agree with that, life is all about working on ideas which create enablement for people. That's what I truly believe in. And the most powerful aspect of M content is that it is creating enablement for people. And the kind of ideas that you will see coming up on our platform, starting with Friday, once the app goes live, you will see how hundreds and thousands of content creators are going to be able to submit some of the best stories out there, some of the stories that no one would have heard before. They're going to come onto our platform, and imagine the kind of audience that those stories are going to bring to us. So this is just like, this is a seed that we're putting, and the fruits of this seed are going to come for the next years and years and years. It is all about understanding the potential of the tree and how big that tree is going to be, because anyone who is trying to fast track that tree is going to lose out and is also going to damage the project. So what we really, really need here is investors who are here in the long run, who've been part of the long hauls, like you said, who've been part of the great organizations that have been built around this world. That's the kind of people that we need us. So yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you.
We can't hear you. Something happened to your mic, I think.
Oh, yes. I say, hey, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me
now we
now?
can.
Oh, yes. No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Like I said, from having 20 years of experience, well, solely in the stock market, I've seen companies come and go, come and go. But I truly believe, and this is not because of hype, it's generational. So if the message is brought across, which it is generational, what you guys are doing, that this is generational, it will catch up on to a generation. It will make that generation attract to this project. Just like Twitter and Amazon, etc.
Right, right.
Exactly, man.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you for being here, Benny. Sonic, you want to add anything to that?
Honestly, not like there's a million and one things I can say right now about this project. But if you just watch every single person in here and you see why we're dedicating all of our time to this, there's something special about this for that particular reason. Like we wouldn't give up all of our, you know, day-to-day life. Like some people have work-life balance. We don't we don't have that. This is our work and our life. This is all of those things for us. Because we know that this is a Fortune 500 company. This is a Fortune 500 project. This is being looked at by some really high level investors from the beginning. And names that we can't name now, but you just gotta wait and see. And now that we're doing a relaunch and we're coming back bigger and stronger, they love that even more, because we basically passed the gladiator test. And once you pass that gladiator test, especially in crypto, you get this badge of honor that everyone who was watching is going to be even more bullish, especially the big heads. Because this is a token for everyone, right? This is a token for regular investors, but also for the big investors. And this is why it's such a bullish project. Like, tell me, why are we excited about this project? Tell me one reason why. I mean, the dev is doxed. They've doxed before we even started. We had the billboard in the beginning. We got this. We're doing Solidity Finance, Certec. We got all the bells and whistles that you want in a project. So that's not even a question. Like the answer is already in that question. Like it doesn't take a genius to figure out why this is the only project that actually matters this year, in my opinion. One of the only projects that actually matters and is worth everyone's time. Because a lot of projects out there are coming in daily. that have been here or are coming out tomorrow or in the next week or the next couple months, they're not even worth my time. And honestly, I don't think they're worth any of your time as well, because they're just going to exhaust you financially, and they're going to exhaust you psychologically. And this type of project is one that you can, you can close your eyes and you can know that this will be here in the future, because they're building a project and a platform that is going to be launched very soon, by the way, but is going to be used by millions of people in the world, year after year, generation after generation. It's going to be that type of brand, and it already is that type of brand. So that's one of the 1 million reasons why I'm stoked, and why I think everybody in here who has been here since day one is still around, because they know what this is. They know the potential of this, and they want to make history with us, and they want to be marked down in history as one of the smart investors, or the geniuses who invested in something so amazing so early. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Can you guys hear me, by the way?
Yep.
Okay.
We've got one more question.
Okay, we'll take this final question, and then I think Frankie's fixed his mic, and I think he'll be able to reiterate the marketing plan.
Yeah, can you guys hear me? I think you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
alive.
All right, go ahead, Fateh. VL.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yep.
First of all, I want to thank you about the clear presentation, and also about your transparency. It's really helpful for me to believe in the project. And my question is, since I'm a day one buyer and the holder, are we let's say, do we have a chance to get on the pre-sale? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I got
Sonic,
you.
would you like?
I
Go
can
ahead.
take it. So if you're talking about the DXSale, yeah, you have absolutely a chance. It's going to be listed on DXSale again, so it's the same thing as it was last time. So that rate's the same rate that everyone's getting. So yeah, as long as you set it up and you're ready for it when we're announcing it, don't get scammed. There's a lot of scams that usually happen around launch time, especially since we've aired it. But yeah, you can absolutely get back in on that. You're still getting any tokens that you were already holding back as well. So if you want to fill up your bag a little bit more, you can most certainly contribute to the DX sale to get in on pre-sale rates.
Okay, and my second question is for the repricing. I don't have much information about that. Could you please explain a bit?
Yeah, so for the repricing, so in order to maintain the same market cap, it's all kind of laid out in that document that's in the pin messages in Telegram. Basically, it's 225 billion for one BNB is the price that we'll launch at for the DX sale, and that's what basically establishes the market cap around the same time, or that the contract is frozen to be the same. So that's kind of the price point you can expect. One BNB is 225 billion. As far as the restructuring of the private investors, we reduced them down to that rate as well as an option. And like I said, all this is laid out in that document for basically how we restructured it. And what that did is it basically prevented like round A, round B. If those individuals hadn't sold whatever tokens they got for the 50% allocation is still theirs. So whatever's in your wallet, you'll get back in the new token. But the individuals that did sell, basically, yeah, they lost out at that point. The other 50% distribution that was supposed to occur after 1 week of PancakeSwap launch for the round A and B, if they chose to get that, it's at the rate that's been reduced. So
Okay.
big picture, what we've done is essentially leveled the playing field for the price point for everyone. So that way you're not basically guaranteeing a massive return on launch, which basically incentivizes dumping as opposed to holding.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for coming up and asking your question. Now we're just going to have Frankie, the head of token marketing, reiterate the whole plan.
All right. Hi, everyone. Sorry for earlier. I had a few issues with my microphone. I don't know why, but it always happens in the worst moments. So yeah, Tarek talked about a few of our marketing plans, but I'm gonna elaborate on them. So you guys saw how for the pre-sale we've had a billboard in New York, and we've been saying that this is not the only thing that you're gonna be seeing like for billboards. So we've decided to ramp up. We've decided to write up a global strategy for marketing, which, we want to handpick, specific influencers from specific markets because we want to cover all of the markets together. So we're gonna have those. We're gonna have the London billboards. We're also gonna have some partnerships with some interesting crypto influencers. I'm not gonna reveal any names right now, but you're gonna have to be a little bit more patient for that. But trust us, the people that are gonna be featured as partners, you're gonna know them and like their household names, so you don't have to worry about that. Something else that I've had personally success in with other projects was basically doing some digital crypto website banner advertising. So I have a huge network of banner advertising that we can use, and we're gonna be making these small little banners, and we're gonna ad target them to specific people because we want specific people into our project. We want long-term holders. We want believers. This is not a meme coin. This is not a pump and dump coin. We want actual legit investors. And instead of focusing a lot of time on YouTube clickbait influencer videos and this and that, we just thought, let's go straight up, let's go attack PooCoin ads, let's go on Bitcoin news, let's go on altcoin news, let's go on Cointelegraph. Let's target all of them because the more we have, the better chance at success that we have too. So we're going to be covering also a lot of that, and we're also going to be covering basically every single platform on social media. So you're going to see us on Twitter, you're going to see us on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere that you think of, we're going to be there. We're even discussing about being on StockWits, but we're still in the process of talking about that. So if you guys have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I think Tarek can answer them as well, but I just wanted to introduce myself as Frankie, the token marketing guy. I'll also be more active in the main chat, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to come ask.
Awesome, awesome. So Tariq, would you have anything else to add on to that?
No, I think Frankie pretty much covered everything. I think we've got a very strong plan, and think it gets bigger and bigger. And something we'll try to keep doing is we keep the momentum going even after we've executed this plan. So this is only phase one. We will move to phase two right after this one is executed.
Yes. But see, one thing I want to reiterate here, and I want to keep saying this to the community every time we have a discussion on marketing. I'm the first one who gave the approval on the marketing budget to both Frankie and Tarek when they came up with the plan. I didn't even negotiate anything. I didn't even tell them that no, we need to do this, we need to do that. These guys are the experts, and we believe in decentralization. We believe in delegation of authority and power. So whatever they proposed was approved. But I want to reiterate here, and I want all of us to understand that while all of this is necessary, while all the marketing and the influencers and stuff and the AMAs, essential, important, yes, but the real marketing is our content. The real marketing is engaging the community within the seed funding process. And you guys should know that there is right now a team which is trying to curate the entire process whereby these seed fund applicants are going to come into the community. They're going to be part of these AMAs, and we are going to assess them. We are going to collectively decide who is getting that funding. The content that we are producing, the content that is going to be produced through MContent, whether that is an M original or an MC project, that is the best marketing that we will get, my friends. That is the most valuable marketing investment. That is marketing that is going to be sustainable. That is marketing that we're going to reap benefits of for the next years. This marketing that we're doing is only going to be there for 3 days, 4 days, a certain hype that's going to come and then it's going to eventually go. All of us need to understand the importance of the real marketing. All of us need to understand the real business here, the real business. We are in enabling content creators. At the end of the day, we need to be bullish about our app. We need to be bullish about our core product, which is the content. And that is the best form of marketing for us. All of us need to be focusing, all of us need to be shilling for the real product, not for the billboard that goes up, not for the influencer who takes $5,000 and makes a YouTube video on us, that is not our real deal. Our real deal is the content. So yeah, just I wanted to add that, so that as we move forward, we become stronger as a community, and we are aligned with the vision. The vision at the end of the day is the core asset, and the core asset is the content. Yeah. We have any other questions, by the way?
Not right now.
Nope. If no one else among the team here has anything else to add, then we can wrap this up. But if you do have something to add, then please feel free.
Someone is asking a question.
Okay, we can bring them up.
Hey,
May.
Bat.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I was muted. Thanks for taking me again. I've got a question about the app. Does it have the ability to utilize the token within the app? Because I feel like a lot of people
No.
who just buy on Binance, or they're just gonna they're gonna treat this like a regular coin. Where if somebody were gonna have the app and they're gonna say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna I want to help, or I want to vote for a seed, or I want to I want to purchase something so I can vote and be a part of a community project. Maybe that's just, I'll throw it out there as a suggestion if it's not there. Thanks for the
Yeah. So
consideration.
right now what we're launching is the beta platform. The beta platform is going to have one core functionality, which is MSeed. So in MSeed, what's going to happen is any user is going to be able to create their profiles and browse through all the content creator applicants that we have in there. Whereas any content creator will be able to create their profile and then submit their applications using the app, and their applications are actually going to be video applications, just like, so I don't know if you guys have seen Kickstarter. The Kickstarter showcases the applicants from entrepreneurs, and the applicants have their videos explaining the project. So right now our beta app is just that. It does not have the remaining functionality, whether it is the browse function or the trade function, or whether it is being able to connect to the token and create that reward and monetization mechanism, which is the future objective for us, obviously. But that is going to be the final platform, which is phase 2. That's also mentioned on our roadmaps. Right now the beta app is going to be, it's not really beta because it has full functionality as far as MSeed is. For now, this is just an MSeed app, and that's why we call it the beta app. But the final platform, yes, I agree with you. It's very important to integrate the token into the actual platform. And what we've done, if you've
Yep.
read through the FAQs, you understand that the entire monetization is actually linked to the token. But that's going to start happening once we also have the browse function within our platform. Then it actually becomes something like an OTT, and that's where you start getting your rewards as a content creator or as a viewer, both in the form of tokens that are going to be allocated, and then you'll be able to connect your wallet and everything. All of that is going to happen, but that's phase 2. Phase 1 is just the MSeed function.
Gotcha. Get some content in there and keep growing. Sounds like a great plan. Thank you.
Okay. If any other team members have anything else to add? No. Okay. Okay.
I'll add something.
Sure.
I'll add something. I want to say thank you, to everyone who's on the stage, and to everyone who's, like, you guys honestly inspire me, because sometimes I'm like, man, what makes these guys continue working so hard and tick? And I mean, I believe we come from the same cloth, because people probably wonder that about myself as well. Not saying that I have like a legendary work ethic or anything like that, because obviously, MContent founder is, his work ethic is, I don't even think there's anyone who can match it that I've ever met, which is awesome. But I just love how, all of us in the, not just in the community but in the team, we see eye to eye, and we have no animosity towards each other. We take suggestions from one another. We try to have, like, we have the same vision and the same aim, and we try to only focus on that aim. We don't, if our heads never bud. Everything is just 100% pure natural chemistry, and that's something that makes a legendary team. And that's the fuel. That's one of the fuels of this project. One of the things that fuels a successful project is a team that has a vision that aligns with each other, and a work ethic that aligns with each other, and optimism and all that stuff. And we have that. Like if we had to hire people, if we had to hire this team from scratch, honestly, it would take a very long time, and I don't even think it's even possible. So the fact that we're all here coming together, I mean, whether you guys believe in possibilities or miracles, uh, now is a chance for you to finally believe in miracles. Like I'm not a lottery guy. I don't believe in playing the lottery and stuff like that. Even though I'm in crypto, which is kind of like hypocritical, but it's different. There's strategy involved in crypto. If you know what you're doing and if you know how to do research and things like that, you can find and scout the right project that makes it much less of a gamble. At the end of the day, everything in life is probabilistic. You have to make calculated decisions. And the calculated decision I'm making is hedging on MContent as being one of the number one, not just crypto projects, but content platforms that will exist in the future for millions of people to use. And it's just very overwhelming to say. And all I got to say is this, many of the ones who are here because they want to be here. So I appreciate you guys sticking around, because that like says, that's who we want. Is we want believers, and that's it. We just want believers, and we want to continue to reward believers throughout this journey because you guys are the ones who deserve it. So all I want to say is it doesn't matter how we started. It matters how we finish. And I know you guys have heard that, but it's true. It does. We've started off on a great foot. We had some hiccups, but where we are going is still the same destination. I don't want to say the moon or things like that, but we're going to a very successful, almost unachievable place. But with the team that we have, we can achieve these things. And I want you guys to watch us, whether you're invested or going to invest or not. It doesn't matter. I want you guys to watch us. And if you are invested, be involved because you're going to want to be a part of this. This is going to be something that's going to change your life. We never give up here. As you can see, if there's one thing you've learned about MContent, we don't give up. We adapt. We adapt and we revamp. We renovate. We improvise. We can figure things out together. And this is the kind of team. If you've seen what happened before, then you can see the future of this team because we're very good at improvising and adapting, and as you've seen with proof right now, and we always learn from our failures, and because in order to succeed, you have to have failures, right? Failures are feedback. Failure doesn't mean that you're a loser or that you're a failure. You're only a failure if you continue to stay in that failed state. If you want to move forward, you have to take that failure, break it up apart, analyze it and say, okay, how did I fail? And then you improve on it. Now that turns into a skill and it turns into experience. And that's what MContent, that's the type of people we have in this team and hopefully in this community is people who we love. I'm not saying we love to fail, but we love to learn from failure, and that's who's running the show in this team and hopefully in this community. And all I got to say is it's going to be a great, successful and amazing journey and future for MContent. And thank you guys for joining this AMA. And if you guys have any other questions, DM any of us. We'll be more than happy to help you out. It's going to be a great relaunch, guys. So I really hope you participate. And yeah.
Donning, just to encourage everyone to vote about the launch date as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to add that let's release the visual of the informed decision making that we put in the presentation so that everyone has that perspective, and then we do like a community vote. We should be trying to decide within the next 12 hours when we're launching, because then we need to head into that direction. Now, whether it is Friday or Saturday or Tuesday, we need to decide all of us together, and then we need to move towards that. So let's launch the voting as soon as possible. And then, I'm pretty confident that this is going to be a phenomenal relaunch and we are going to get the glory that we deserve. And thank you all for being here. I see one hand raised. Do we want to do one last question before we exit? You guys know that I don't like saying no to any question that is coming up. So can we bring him up?
Let's bring him up. I think this is actually the winner. I could be wrong. A winner of one of the previous contests we had.
Yes, it's me.
Hey, welcome to the stage.
Hey,
Yes.
Prince.
So yeah, thanks for the presentation and thanks for the relaunch. So, uh, and one thing I wanted to suggest. So we put a what is it, community vote for the launch, but we have to think for the project perspective as well. So on 13th Tuesday, so we are having everything in place. So I think I probably so if we go with the community vote, so it is going to win on Friday. So but that is not good for our project health. So I wanted to say that one. So if we have everything in ready and if we launch it on Tuesday, so that will be better for our project. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, but you have yeah, I'm glad you said that, Prince, but also you have the power, each of you has the power to impact the other people's opinions, right? Because all of us are in this together. The objective here is the same, right? So just like I can influence your decision, you can influence someone else's decision. And if you really, really believe in what you are voting for, you can also convince the other people to, look at it from the same perspective. So I suggest all of you to be very active in the chat for the next 12 hours while this voting is happening, so that each of us are connected and each of us are making that informed decision. Having said that, we believe in a democracy and we have to see what the people vote for. Yeah, but thank you for saying that. I think we have another question as well.
Okay, we can bring him up. Yep.
Yeah, there was
Stage.
one, but then yeah, I
Okay, it
think I
seems he's
think
not coming up. Okay,
yeah.
I'd like to say real quick that the poll is actually already up in the main chat with the graph and everything. We already have just over 130 votes, and we want everyone in here to. We encourage you all to go and vote. Every single vote matters. Every one of your votes matter. And like the founder said, we value this. We value this as a democracy. We believe in democracy, and so please go ahead and vote. And everything Sonic said was beautiful. Well said. This token, this project is one of a kind. So if no one else has any more questions and no team members have anything else to add, and if you've come in late, this will be posted to YouTube shortly. And yeah, please partake in the main chat, get involved. This is something you're going to want to get involved in because at the end of the day, this is a revolution. So, yep.
Someone on stage.
Yeah, thank you, Red. Thank you, all Sonic, Tare, all the team. Congratulations for this AMA. Actually, I am with the opinion to have it full application and full project on Tuesday 13. So thank you very much for everything today, and I just want to say thanks for everyone.
Thank you, Moat. It's really nice to hear you. And yes, see, all of us also have this responsibility while all the great things are happening, while the momentum is coming in, while we will also start investing into, a lot more of investment going into marketing. We've always invested into marketing. You'll see how much is being spent over the next 4 or 5 days. But having said that, I still believe that the best marketing is word of mouth. And if you ask me, one weakness that we have right now is that we are not doing that coordinated word of mouth generation, all of us. I think all of us need to decide like 2 hours a day that we dedicate. Sonic can take a lead on that, and the entire community needs to, in those 2 hours a day, because people are in different time zones. So we need like 2 dedicated hours a day, catering to 2 different time zones, where everyone from the founder to the core team to the moderators to everyone within the community, every single holder, in that 1 hour, all that we do is that we spread the word. Now, whether it is on social media, whether it is going, on a radio channel, talking about the project, whether it is socializing, going to, a community of investors, all of us need to take responsibility. The greatest investor communities have always been built when the entire community takes responsibility for that word of mouth. One individual can never make a project great. It is always the entire team that needs to come together. It is always that entire group of
Absolutely,
stakeholders. So
absolutely correct, Mer. Absolutely, you are correct.
So we need to, all of us need to, today we need to make a vow. Each of us, we need to make a vow, and we need to decide those 2 hours catering to 2 different time zones. And we need to make a vow that each of us, at least these 50 people that are here, and even the ones who are not here right now, we need to make a vow, and we need to decide that those 2 hours, which is like 1 hour for each of us in our day, can we give that 1 hour to M content? I believe we can. Each of us can give that 1 hour. And in that 1 hour, all we do is that we spread the word. We use our social media platforms. Guys, this is like the safest investment that we can actually advise anyone to come into. When we advise someone to invest into any other crypto, what happens is you're basically asking them to invest into a bubble. Here, you're asking people, when you're bringing someone to M content, you're actually asking them to come into a token that is backed by a real asset. And you're actually advising people to come into the safest investment. This is an advice you can give to your family. This is the advice that you can give to your own brother, your own sister. This is the advice that you can give to your closest friends. And we need to aggressively start generating that word of mouth. If you ask me right now, just once we're so strong as a community, we're so well gelled together, we have that mutual trust, respect for each other. I love how we're centered around the idea, centered around the use case at this point in time. The only weakness we have is that we're not generating enough word of mouth, each of us. We need to take that responsibility. 1 hour a day we need to dedicate. I will request Sonic to take a lead on this and just develop those 2 hours every day, where every time zone is covered, and we are able to, at one time, we are able to just go and spread that word of mouth, each of us. 60 minutes is all I'm asking from each of you. 60 minutes of your time in a day. If you believe in the project, if you believe in me, if you believe in the vision of this project, I believe that 60 minutes is not a lot. And I think you can do that for us.
Okay, well said. I hope you guys can all take what the founder said into consideration. And what I can say is that within the coming days, especially when we reach the relaunch date, when we have tons of traffic within the Telegram group, we're going to be executing big campaigns, and we're going to be designating times for each individual to take initiative, to step forward, and to give example to the community. And we're actually we're giving people incentives to show. We're giving people incentives to get this out there. We hold giveaways within the show group, so please feel free to get involved, partake in the chat, find the show group link. We can get it to you, and you can join us. Now, we don't want to prolong the AMA, so if no one else has anything to add, then I think we can go ahead and wrap this up. If that's okay with everyone.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you everyone for being here. Let's connect very soon.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all for attending. Thank you all for being patient with us and for listening to us. And please get involved.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Thank you all. Take care.
All right, take care.